what do we have here? We got something new from Kubey. It says, I don't know. Let's get this guy open. I'm using the Damn Designs Hades. Very nice. Love this knife, the titanium one. Let's see. It doesn't say what it is. Okay, well, let's open it up and see. Okay. We got the Kubey Nova. I have the titanium one, and I wanted to get the budget one, and they had them on like super sale. Usually there's like 45, 50 bucks, something like that, but they were on sale for half off, so I think it was supposed to be 50. Oh, that's a little tight. And I think it was like 25 bucks. Okay, it sounds nice. Huh, okay, well, that's weird. So I'm pressing lock. The lock access is great, but I'm moving it over and the blade's not falling. Okay, that's weird. Okay, maybe the blade's tight. Okay, let's see what we can do here. If I loosen it up a little bit, maybe it's over tightened. It felt a bit tight. Let's see. Okay, that's definitely loose. Let's see. Okay, but now it's actually able to swing. Before it wasn't able to swing. It may need some oil. It may need clean too. Boy, those other two knives I got did a little review on were so gunked up with cosmoline, apparently is what it's called, that, okay, yeah, that's really close. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Yeah, it just was a little bit too tight. Luckily, it doesn't feel bad. It doesn't feel like it caused the bearings to dimple anything. Still feels pretty smooth. Wow, that's nice. How's the centering? So, centering is looking pretty good. It's still got a tiny bit of looseness to it, so better make sure it's not loose. I think the centering is a hair off, and it might just be because that pivot is still a tiny bit loose. Boy, look at that. Dead nuts on since I tightened the pivot to just the right amount. Look at that. Nice. You know what? I'm going to put a drop of oil where I like to put a drop of oil. Now, I like to oil the bearings, I like to clean them and then oil them a little bit. But see that detent ball? It's just hiding right inside there. You can see that bump right there next to the blade tang, right? I like to put a drop of oil right on top of that detent ball. And then that transfers onto the detent track, which is the area that the detent ball rides on, basically, as it travels. Or you could say as the blade travels across it. So the blade hops up on top of that detent and then rides around. And if you put a drop of oil on there, it usually ends up making it be much smoother. So if you have a knife that's kind of like almost drop shutty, usually that little drop of oil, I can't reverse flick this guy, needs a quick stud. It's almost drop shutty now with that little addition of oil. And I think it probably will wear in to be drop shutty. What do we got? D2, I think? So it's a D2 blade. And we have stainless steel liners with a liner lock, of course. And we have this G10, pretty nice looking, kind of a beige gray G10. Got the typical Kubey pocket clip here. My dog is flipping around and flopping around, making a lot of noise. Go lay down, you monster. Let's see, we got two standoffs, and I think that's just a pin that's in between the liners. Looks like it's pretty lightened. Boy, that balance is perfect. That is perfect balance. Boy, that's nice. That is a nice, just barely controlled. Just need the slightest bit of oomph to get it to drop down. Pretty nice grind on it. Kind of a nice satin. So I could clean it up a little bit. It's a nice, pretty nice finish on the blade. Not too much of a billboarding, just a little Kubey right there. Blade feels pretty sharp. Let's see, I have a napkin here. Napkins are notoriously hard to cut, so if it cuts it at all, that's pretty good. And it does cut it a little bit. So that's not telling you much. Let's try, this is the package that it came in. Let's try that. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty sharp. I think I like it. I want to do a little comparison between the two, the Kubey Nova versus the other Kubey Nova, the titanium one. See what the differences are. See if it's, heavier, lighter, sounds better. This one has a pretty decent little sound, especially on the close. It's got a nice little tonk on the close. Handle feels pretty good. Even that little duckbill there isn't too bad in the hand. That's a nice shape. Definitely fits the hand well. Can you use this? I'd call it just enough to use like your fingertip up here if you wanted to, but you put your whole fat finger on there. Unless you're pretty skinny fingered, you're going to get a little cut right there. So not quite a finger choil, like a first knuckle choil, if you wanted to use that. They could use a little more jimping all the way up to here if you were trying to use it for a choil. But here works really well. Sorry about the focusing issues. This camera, or this phone, is just, just a cheapo phone. Nothing special. So I wish I had a nice, sweet, YouTube quality camera. But, I got my phone. That's what I got. Nice. I like it. I think these have been around for a long time. I think I had one way back when I first started, like one of my earliest kind of, Chinese decent knives was a Kubey Nova. I don't have a picture of it. I might. I'll put up a picture of it if I still have a picture of it. It was nice. It was sort of a yellowish, almost like a jade, but more of a yellow jade. It was interesting. But this one, I like it.
Many years ago.
What do we have here? The Kubey Nova. Might have been my first D2 steel knife. I can't remember. A couple years ago. Later I added this thumb stud. Man, that really is nice to have a thumb stud. You can thumb it open, you can reverse flick it open. Maybe it's a little boring color. Maybe it needs some rock grinds on it or something. I don't know. But blade-wise, feel-wise, really good, really nice. So, that's my first impressions on this Kubey Nova G10. It was only 25 bucks. I would say grab one if you need to have a nice work knife, if you just want to try out a cool Kubey, that's a great deal. If you can find one of these Novas for 25 bucks like I did, yeah, scoop that, man. Have a nice day. But of course, I couldn't leave well enough alone. I had to put a, I don't know, it's not a thumb stud. What do you call this? It's a little taco-shaped little thumb disc thingy that you can put onto a blade that you can get online at Amazon.
Brought to you by little taco-shaped little thumb disc thing. Don't be a slave to the flipper tab.
And I put a different pocket clip on it. I'm not sure if I like this weird texture. This pocket clip came this way. It was colored blue, so I took the blue off, but it's got this weird texture on it. I'm not sure if I like it. I think it's cool. I don't know. I might just sand it smooth, though. I don't know. So the two mods were this thing, so that I can thumb it open, and also even reverse flick it open. And then also the different pocket clip, because the original Kubey pocket clips, they're not the best. They're okay, but they're not great. So we'll be carrying this guy around more, see if I like this clip or if I want to sand it smooth, and it's doing great. I might, like I said, I might do something on the frame of it, some little rock grinds or something to make it different, because that is a little boring, especially when you compare it to its big brother, the titanium Kubey Nova, which I also had to mod. This is a aftermarket thumb stud that I put through the little triangle-shaped hole that was there that you couldn't do anything. It wasn't good for your thumb. You couldn't reverse flick. It was just like a little decoration. So we drilled a hole through it and put a new pocket clip in it, and happened to have a blue one that matched all the other hardware. This is titanium with the back and forth little tiger stripe ano on it from the factory, basically. Got a little wear on it because I carried a lot. And apparently this anodizing kind of wears fairly easy, but I carry this thing a lot, so used it quite a bit. It's actually, a little dull. Could use a sharpening. Got a little chip right there. Yeah, not bad. But was it 14C? I forget. Yeah, 14C 28N. I almost wish it was D2. I like D2 a little better than 14C, as long as it's done right, and Kubey does D2 right. This one is D2, and I would say it would cut more before needing sharpening than this 14C, because 14C is a little duller. But this one has just crazy good smooth action and a little better feel with this kind of these angles they have. Boy, I wonder if I could copy these angles onto this one. Ooh, could I do that somehow? I don't know if I have the skill to do that. That would look cool if I could put these angles onto that G10. Huh. Interesting. I don't know if I could do that. That would be cool though. So we got the pair here, the titanium Kubey and the G10 Kubey, both really, really nice. I think this guy goes for about $100. This guy goes for between 25 and 45, depending on the deal you get. Both great knives. I tried to switch blades. I had another Kubey Nova before. It had a black blade. I wanted to put a black blade on this one. I thought it would look cool. I don't have that one anymore. But I tried to switch blades. But no, the bearings are differently. They work differently in the two different blades. One of them, the blade is cut in with a depression, and on the other one, it's not. Oh, I think on this one it's not. So on this one, the depression is cut into the handle for the bearings, and on this one, it's cut into the blade. Pretty sure that's the deal. Oh, this blade is actually a little thicker too on the titanium one. I think. Is it? Yeah, looks a little thicker. So that definitely wouldn't work. Both great knives. The Kubey Novas. Have a nice day.